And welcome back. Nice background that came out of nowhere. Um, Welcome back to another episode of the best throwback sports show on the internet. It is Breaking the Huddle, the list. Last week we ran down the best Super Bowl moments. This week we are here to give, since it's all NBA All Star weekend, we're here to give our personal top 10 All Star weekend moments of all time. Uh, Again, thanks Scott, thanks Rico, for
Oh,
doing this.
definitely.
It's a lot. I've honestly look forward to this last week, just prepping for this specific show, and really excited to see what we all have. Uh, I got a little feeling that we have a lot of the same ones, just may not be in a different order here. And let's just how do you guys doing? We'll start off with that before we jump into the list.
Doing good, Ben. Doing actually pretty good. Actually got to go have a nice little time with the wife tonight. Just get away from work, just escape for a while, and it was very nice, very pleasant, very good food, good atmosphere, and you need it once in a while to just unwind your mind.
Nice, nice. Broski,
I'm
how do
doing
you?
good, man. I'm doing really good. I will say this. I love this show. I love the idea of this show. Um, it's not a typical world. Let's talk about the weekend sports. It's talking about our top 10, the list, and I love the list. That was the only thing I loved about Chris Jericho was his list. You made the list. Every time I think about this, I'm
He's
like,
from
you made the
Winnipeg.
list. You made the
He's
list, right?
from Winnipeg, you idiot.
So I look forward to this one. And like Matt said, I guarantee you, we all probably have lots of the same, maybe in different order. And they're all going to come, I'll just, let's be honest, they're going to come in about a decade ago because lately I've not been impressed with anybody, any All-Star, or anything. Pro Bowl, I'm not impressed with. NHL hockey, I'm not impressed with. All that stuff. I mean, we're watching a bunch of guys. I just don't know. I don't. That's a different story. That's a different podcast. But I do have some news. I've been talking to a radio station in Midland, Michigan, actually, down where Matt
Oh,
is, and they said that they would bring us on a show, but we have to give them a show that's FCC approved, which is no cussing, no stuff like that. And then when you work with pro wrestlers, you don't get that. You
Kind of
don't
hard.
have that opportunity.
I mean,
So
this show, we could
this
bring this to them. I mean,
this show we could go to
Yeah,
them.
there you go.
So I'm just saying, there's a lot of things. I'm finally getting back into the groove of really wanting. And I don't mean there's anything. Don't think anything bad about it. I'm getting back to where I want to do the show. If that makes any sense to anybody.
yeah.
I've had a
No,
rough
it
three
is.
months. I've had a rough 3 or 4 months, and I'm finally getting back to the point where I want to do this show. I want big things for Huge Pop Entertainment in 2026, and I think there's going to be. And that's all about me rivaling. So what's up, fucks?
Hey, if we're trying to stay FCC friendly, come on, come on.
Now, I will say,
Let's try not to get bleeped. Let's try not to get censored.
if you want to see something very nice, Matt, tomorrow there's a very intriguing event going to happen. We're supposed to do it today, but we need to do it tomorrow. He knows what I'm talking about.
See, Super Bowl Sunday, I always pick the underdog, and I always get myself into trouble, and I have to get a bucket of ice water dumped on me sometime tomorrow. Fair.
And I'm gifting him his cup.
Mike.
Now, I honestly wish we could have had that live here. Have him get that ice bucket dumped on him live on our show. If there's any way we can postpone it until next Friday night, let's make
Well,
it happen.
could you do it with? I mean, still being able to, like, with all the electronics and everything, like
Well,
there's
we
no
just have
getting wet.
or we have it videoed and we can present it next week on Friday.
That'll work.
Yep,
Okay.
it's going to be videoed.
Okay.
Yeah. I have no doubt in my mind.
King J, what's going on? Thanks for
Thanks for
stopping
King
by.
J, man. Hit that subscribe button, King J. I appreciate you guys.
Appreciate it. Definitely, man.
So we're starting at 10 and working our way back down. In our opinion, the top 10, each of our top 10 best NBA All-Star weekend. It can be the slam dunk. It can be the celebrity game. It can be the old timers game that they used to have. It could be, if you want it to be, that stupid skills challenge that they do. It could be that from the actual game itself, the rookie game, like whatever game or whatever event from NBA All-Star weekend, from past till present moment. We're going to start off top 10. We'll start with number 10, and we'll go Scott this week. We'll let him roll it off.
Well, first of all, Matt, you didn't tell us how you're doing, man. What's new?
I'm doing fine.
Okay. All
right. We got there again, like I kind of alluded to last week. This right here, the scenery will be changing pretty quickly within the next month-ish.
Nice.
So to all of our loyal listeners, if there's a week or so where I'm not available or there's no programming on my end, that is why. So just stay tuned, and you'll see new and bigger things coming your way from my end.
Nice.
My number 10. I told Matt this today. You know, I wasn't around this era at all, but you got to pay homage, right, to where this all started, where the NBA All-Star all started. And the very first NBA All-Star was played on March 2nd, 1951 at Boston Garden. The Eastern All-Stars defeated the Western All-Stars 111-94. Boston Celtics star Ed McCauley was named the first ever All-Star Game MVP. It was created to boost the league's popularity following college gambling scandals. 1951, guys, is where it all started. And, you know, I'm not a stat guy. That's for Matt and Cody Cornett. But I seen that stat when I was looking up some memories that was popping through my head. And I'm like, you know, we have to mention the fact that this started back in 1951. So that was my number 10. I felt it just had to be on the list.
Nice, man. And
that's a very good way to lead off. It's like I said back last week when I said Tom Brady's the start of an era. That was the start of everything.
Yeah.
For the NBA All-Star Game. So that's a great pick. I like it. Rico, you're number 1. Or not number 1, you're number 10. My bad.
No, that was great, man, Scott. Like, yeah, it doesn't hurt to just start when it all started, way back when, man, and just become so. Well, it was great. That's another conversation. My number 10 actually is we're gonna go back to '88, man, when Bird won the 3-point contest the 3rd year in a row, and my man did it without even taking his warm up off. 3 years in a row, and it's only 2 people to ever do that still to this day.
Okay, that's again, that will, spoiler alert, will be in my list somewhere. We said that at the beginning, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now I might catch a little flack here for my number 10 because it takes place on January 27th, 1976. And it's not necessarily the NBA All-Star Game or NBA All-Star Weekend. It's the ABA All-Star Game. During the All-Star Game, during the ABA All-Star Game, they used to have the slam dunk at halftime. At halftime of the game. They'd get all the guys out there. They'd actually have all-stars dunking it, not these no-namers. Mac McClung from the freaking G League gets, like, no one cares about these guys. But in 1976, at halftime, Dr. J. Julius Irving dunked from the foul line in Denver, Colorado during the ABA All-Star halftime show and won the very first slam dunk contest. That's my number 10. That started an era, and it started the legacy that we knew that is the slam dunk contest.
Yeah.
That's my number
10. Like you said, that's yours, but I gotta say, like, Matt McClung's the only reason I watched the dunk contest the past 2 years.
Yeah,
because the guy actually did something. Like, I've been watching it, and it's just I get bored, and he actually brought some kind of excitement back to it, and I was like, okay, here we go. Somebody who they thought shouldn't have been there in the first place, and he proved them wrong. And then he got a spot going on the Magic.
I mean, to me, he's just a gimmick. Like, I know we have a lot of wrestling shows. He's just a gimmick. Like, I've watched him play. He's good, but he's not. He's just a dunker. That's all he is. He doesn't really have a jump shot. Like, I think his jump shot's really super ugly. And I just don't like, he just looks goofy out there. You know what I mean? Like, but that's a topic.
I get you. In the game, he's not somebody I'm going to. He's not somebody I'm trying to pass to. But in that dunk contest, he's somebody I'm rooting for.
No, absolutely not. Number 9.
I'm going to take you back to 1991. Take you back to 1991. I jumped off the couch when this happened. I was like, oh, shit. This, I believe, is when showboating started in this, in the dunk contest. I mean, this guy gets number 9 because there's much better down the road, right? Pumped up the shoots when he bent over and pumped up his dunks. I was like, fuck yeah. I was like, yeah, buddy. And then the no look, D Brown, man, no look, arm mid, covered his eyes like this, and dunked. That to me was exciting. That was never done. When he bent over and pumped up the shoes, everybody stood up and go, what's this dude gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
And he pulled off that no look, and I'm like, yeah.
Now, for me, I remember like just watching that and begging mom and dad, give me a pair of those Reebok pumps. I need a pair of those pumps.
Yes.
And the next thing I know, they're taking me to Walmart to get the Spalding pumps.
Yes.
Like, come on,
dude.
Yep.
I have a story about shoes, right? It's a basketball. I've played at Alpena High basketball. We weren't rich, we weren't. Matt will tell you, my mom and dad, they provided everything they could for us, and they did a dang good job for it, right? We were going to Traverse City, and Traverse City is like the high class, snotty nose basketball team that we played at Alpena High, and they were all wearing the Converse, the Lakers Converse, the Celtics Converse. I had to wear not Foot Locker, Payless Stadiums. That's what I wore, right? And so I wanted those shoes. I wanted the pumps like Matt, No, I got Stadiums. Mine were the Reebok. Mine were the Converse. I wanted those so bad, but I couldn't get them. Well, I was happy for what I got. I was able to play ball.
Yeah, well, I remember, man, because when I played on the high school team, like this is the time like when Rodman's Converse were just high and the sales and stuff, and I really wanted a pair. So my dad was like, "Well, what do you want?" I was like, "Well, for when I'm playing basketball, I want the Rodmans, man." He said, "What are they?" Converse, Dennis Rodman's. I ended up getting the bougie, generic looking, like somebody just threw paint on a shoe kind of together with the letter C on it. Like, okay, it's still warm out there, man.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
Matt, you're number 9.
No, this is Rico's number 9.
Rico, number 9.
Yep. Actually, I'm gonna go with 91 too, but mine is Craig Hodges when my man made 19 consecutive shots in a row. 19.
Yeah.
Tell me that is not insane. I don't care who you are. That is 19 in a row. And I correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think that's been broken yet. I really don't think. I think Steph came close to it a couple years ago.
I loved Craig Hodges. Like he's one of those dudes that's like,
no, you didn't. When the Chicago Bulls played them.
Well, I loved him until he started beating the shit out of us in the playoffs.
Yeah, right. Because I know you didn't. I know you bitched about him all the time.
Well, language, fellas. Language.
In the All-Star weekend, there was things that you could bank on. Yeah. And Craig Hodges was one of them. Yeah. I loved watching him shoot because the guy was just an absolute he was unconscious beyond the arc. And it was so fun watching him. Yeah. It was an unknown guy. You know, it was a guy that just showed up and started shooting threes.
Yeah, true.
Yep.
So my number 9 is gotta make sure I have the dates right here. It happened in Dallas, 1986.
Oh man, come on! I know what you're doing. Dang it!
All right. 5'7", my dude Spud Webb.
Oh my goodness!
Just kills it.
Yeah.
Becomes the smallest dunker to ever to win, and he just got up. Like, come on. Like, it's just, like, there's nothing, like, I'm 6'2" and can barely grab onto the rim. This dude's 5'7", stuffing it home like it's no one else's business.
Yeah. Yep.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And to me, like, that's probably the most athletic feat in the NBA history. Like, we've got guys going between their legs in midair. Well, my boy Spud Webb just tossing it up there and going up there and climbing the ladder at 5'7". You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
That's my number 9 because there's, like we said, we're setting the bar a little high, but we're just going to keep raising it as we go because it is, after all, the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll add to that. That was my number 7, but I'll add to that next round. My number 8 has to be back to the bad boy era, 1986, when Isaiah Thomas scored 30 points and brought the East back for a win. He had his stats were 30 points and 10 assists. First player to record at least 30 points and 10 assists in a game. Our guy, Isaiah Thomas. That during that era, 1986, 87, 88. That's when those Pistons peaked, and they were dirty. And
they looking dirty again.
He's looking real dirty now. But Isaiah Thomas scoring 30 points and 10 assists. That was my number. I had to give that to number 8.
Number 8. That's good number 8.
Right. Well, my number 8 falls right in line with yours, Matt. Man, I had Spud for freaking number 8, and I mean, where can you go wrong? The guy, like you said, 5'7". He set it out there for short guys, pretty much, just saying, hey man, you don't have to be 6'5", 7 foot to be able to play in this league. You can go out no matter what height and do your thing. And I just hands out to him. That was just watching it, like rewatching, like, man, like that guy had some ups. Like he really pumped up the sneakers there, man.
Oh, he most definitely did. pumped up in sneakers.
Yeah, I had to put Spud in my number 8 for that.
My number 8 is this one was one I wanted to. It's not a specific year, but it's an event that happened, and I always enjoyed watching it because it brought joy to Dad when he would watch it with us. It's the Legends game. Dad would love watching the Legends game with us. He would be like, "There's Otis Nixon," like there's Daryl Dawkins. There's these guys that like he watched and enjoyed. Bob Lanier, and then you'd get like Doug Collins was a younger one, and then that transition to the rookie game. I was okay with the rookie game because it did give the guys some time on the floor. But now it's the celebrity game, and it just, to me, meh. I don't like it. But the Legends game is my number 8. Just in general, it was just cool to see the old guys like George Gervin, Dr. J would play in it a little bit. It was just cool to see those guys get up and down the floor, or at least attempt to get up and down the floor as well as they could. But that's my number 8.
Nice, man.
My number 7, we already talked about it. I just, when you seen that ball fly in the air, and he had the one thing that, that made me really respect Spud Webb is not only could he get up, right? His timing, because that's not an easy dunk to do, especially at his height. Because you have to have that arch and it has to bounce the exact, the height for him to grab it and throw it down. So that was my number 7. Was you have to give props to Spud Webb in 1986 when he did what he did.
Very good. Very
good. Good 7. So for number 7, man, I really had to go back to year 2000. My boy White Chocolate over there in the Rising Stars Challenge, when he did that phenomenal elbow pass, that was just so sick, man. That was like something we saw some sweet stuff, but for him to do that, you're like, what? Where did that even come from, man? Just the quickness he had with it. He did it so fast and successful.
My number 7 is from 1988, and it's not what you think. It's from 1988, and it's not the duel. It is the actual all-star performance, the game itself, where Jordan just goes out and kills it. He owned in 1988. The game was played in Chicago. He went out, did what he did the night before, and this is what I'm saying. The All-Stars used to actually take part in the stuff that happened on Saturday night, and then go out and do their work on Sunday and entertain the crowd on Sunday. Jordan's performance in the All-Star game of 1988, he won the MVP award. He just absolutely owned the weekend. Him being I want to say he's the first person to ever win the dunk contest and the All-Star MVP in the same weekend. Him doing that, number 7 is the game. We'll get to the dunk contest here in a few minutes, but my number 7 is the NBA All-Star Game 1988. he played his ass off, and I want to say he went for 40 that night. Just he absolutely owned it.
Mm-hmm. That's a good 7
That's
right
my
there.
Numero 6, Scott. What you got?
Well, number 6, man. Had to be my favorite basketball player of all time. Always has been. I watched him in high school because I had uncles that would tell me about him. Watched him in college at that other shitty school that is part of Michigan. We're talking about Magic Johnson, right? The whole thing where he was diagnosed with HIV, 1992. Magic returned to be the MVP, 25 points, 9 assists, with a flurry of 3-pointers and one-on-one matchups with Michael Jordan and Isaiah Thomas. That's the moment I want to catch. Not that he won the MVP, not that he scored 30 points or 25 points. But remember that, Matt? We watched it together, I believe. And he went one-on-one with both those boys.
Yep.
One-on-one Jordan. I got chills just thinking about what it was about. That's when it was real, right? That's when basketball was fun to watch. Magic going one-on-one. My favorite was when he went up one-on-one with Isaiah Thomas. Because those guys were buds.
Yep.
And they loved to hate each other. But they played, and that to watch them go one-on-one in that All-Star game after he came back from HIV, I have to give that number 7. Number 6, sorry. That was my number 6.
Nice.
Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 5?
No, that was 6.
Okay, 6. Yeah.
And I was saying, we said we're gonna have some duplicates, and that was my number 6 right there, man. Because everything you just said, but doing furthermore, like he was retired, and the fans didn't want to say goodbye and voted him in. Like they wanted him in that game, and for him to come back, not playing a lick of anything during the season, came back and just dominated that game. Like you said, the one-on-one with Isaiah and with Jordan, man, he showed out. And that was in that time one or two of the best players in the league.
Yeah,
and he showed out.
I mean, I still got in a trunk somewhere in this house. I got the Sports Illustrated when he announced he had HIV. I have a paper magazine when he did that. I have Hoops when he did it. I have all that stuff. You just go by that. And you're like, man, that was a good era of basketball.
Yeah, it was.
Matt,
my number 6 is all I'm going to say. I'll say this. It's a quote. It's a quote, but it's what happened after the quote. Okay, so which one of you guys are going to be coming in second place?
Yes. Yeah.
Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Larry Bird, he walked up to the rest of the contestants in a 3-point contest, and it's the same one where he didn't take off his warm-ups. Yep. He looked at all three of the rest of the group, and he goes, okay, now who's going to come in second place? He did it with a warm-ups on, guys. Come on. And the last one, he shot it and just put the one up as he's walking off. He knew it was going in, so he just walked away.
He did a Steph Curry for Curry, did it?
Yeah, he did.
I did.
So it's come on. That's my number 6. No, the Magic Johnson, the 92 will be here in a little bit, but because that's always had a near and dear. That whole weekend had the near, that was the first All-Star weekend that I truly dove into as a big time fan. That's when I fell in love with basketball. So that's a little bit closer to the number 1 slot. But that's what my number 6 is. Larry Bird, Larry Legend, being who he is. I could talk ad nauseum about Larry Bird because just the stories that he used to walk into. I was listening to an interview. He used to walk into arenas and tell the ball boy to find out what the scoring record was for the arena. Like, who has the balls to just say, "Hey, go find out what the scoring record would be," and guess what? He would go and set it that night.
Yeah.
That's how much of a badass the guy was, and I mean, we hated him, right?
Yeah.
And there's a steal by Bird. We all hate that.
Yeah.
But we know that he is arguably one of the greatest of all time to ever play the game.
Yeah.
Just because we hate him doesn't mean we can't respect him.
That's right.
Yep, exactly.
So Larry Legend at the 3-point contest asking everybody who's coming in second place.
That forever will go down as one of the best quotes, man. I mean, because it's just telling everybody, like, I'm better than you, and you know it.
He was MJF before MJF. Who knew?
It was.
Except for, never mind, can't tell that joke on air when we're trying to get with a
radio station.
Never mind.
Yeah, come on,
tell you guys off air.
My number 5. It's number 5 because it reminds me of when I was younger and I was playing pickup games like at horse and pig and stuff like that, and we all wanted to be like the dunkers, right? But none of us could get the rim, right? Because we just couldn't get the rim. But we did the shots as best as we could. I remember doing one of my favorite shots that I'd put away my friends like Brian Cook, Mike McCourt, Brian Lashinsky, and Linsky. I'd put this one in, and they're like, "Oh my God, here goes Scott." I dribbled up, I'd go underneath the basket, put the ball between my legs, and I lay it up. So when I seen Isaiah J.R. Ryder perform that famous East Bay Funk dunk, I was like, dude, I do that, but I don't dunk, and then I wanted to amp that up, and that was my main go-to finish move. Then, of course, I couldn't dunk it, but dude, to see him go up like he did, put that ball between his legs, and bam, dunk that ball. I mean, Vince Carter, Zach Levine, they do it. Vince Carter probably does it one of the best. But just to see those dudes go up and do something I used to do on the playground at a lower level, not even a dunk, I did a layup. I have to give props to Isaiah Ryder for doing that dunk. Doing that dunk.
Now, what year was that again that he did that?
94.
94, that's right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I gotta say, I was blessed. I was actually able to dunk at 14.
Really?
Because I hit a skyrocket. You shot up in my size and stuff, and I always loved playing basketball, and I constantly played. Like, I was at the courts every single day there in Detroit. And I had a couple. It was nice playing with older guys because they taught me a lot. They didn't take it easy on me. They made me work for everything I got.
Yeah.
But they taught me how to jump better and how to actually dunk it. And man, I tell you what, that first feeling when I had that ball and it went in, I was like, ah! But no, sorry, getting carried away there with stories. We're doing number 5, right?
Yep.
Talking about between the leg dunks. This is my boy, man, Kobe Bean Bryant, when he came in 98. He come in and he just, when he shocked everybody. Because here you have this kid, one of the last ones to be drafted straight out of high school. I believe Kevin Garnett was after him, and that was it. They shut it down. But just guy coming, I heard so much hype about him. I just start watching videos. I'm like, okay, like seeing videos of him, like this guy looks like he's gonna be good. And then when I saw him in a dunk contest, I was like, man, this guy's actually really good.
Yeah.
And it was
So
at
you're
that
forgetting
moment.
about
Huh?
you forgot LeBron James came out of high school.
Whatever.
You know what? It did stop with LeBron. I'm sorry. It did start with him, but I just don't like counting him.
Know your history, sir.
I don't like counting him. That's why. Like, to me, I'm sorry. LeBron's that's a whole different page we'll go down.
You could say he's worthless. He's a trash.
But that's when I really just fell in love. Like Kobe Bryant, it was all Kobe from there on. That's
my number 5. comes in 1992, and it's not the All-Star game. It's a dude with a teammate putting on a blindfold. It's Cedric Ceballos of the Phoenix Suns.
Yes.
Dan Marley comes out, puts the blindfold on him. He takes off from just inside the foul line and stuffs it home with two hands. And that dunk contest, if you look back at that dunk contest, it had some of the best dunkers of that generation. It had Sean Kemp. That's another dude. I wish I could find a place on this list. In the 3 years that he was in that contest, 90, 91, and 92, he put on clinics. He just couldn't get over the hump. Or he had some dude, some asshole, pumping up his sneakers, or some dickhead going ahead and throw a blindfold on. But Cedric Ceballos, Dan Marley, it was just amazing. It was something that it's like superhero stuff, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because you had Sean Kemp, you had Cedric Ceballos, who turned into kind of an all-star. Like when he went to the Lakers, he became a little bit of an all-star. Like he made an all-star team. Him and Eddie Jones, I believe. And then you had Larry Grandmama Johnson in that one.
Yes. Remember that? Yeah.
Yes.
Charlotte Hornets, right? Charlotte Hornets.
Yep.
Yes. Yep. Charlotte Hornets, the LJ. John Starks in that slam dunk contest. I hated that dude. I hated John Starks. You had just Chris Jackson. No, Chris Jackson was the year after. The 92, like I said, the 92 All-Star game and the All-Star weekend in general was just full of magic. It was in Orlando, right? It was just one. But yeah, the 92 slam dunk contest is my number 5, but Cedric Ceballos is the reason for that. Him and Dan Marley getting together and for the win.
Yeah. So my number 4 was, I think, Rico's number 5-ish. It was the same year, 1998, with the same dude, 19-year-old Kobe Bryant, making his debut. I love that game. And a lot of people think might think I don't like Michael Jordan. You're wrong. I do. I think he's phenomenal. I think he's the GOAT. I think he deserves it. But that game, you've seen Kobe Bryant come out as 19 years old, going up. And he showed that he could ball with those people. He showed he could hang with them. And to me, that was like a passing of the torch, if you will. Jordan and him went at it. They had some great series of, going at each other. And then after you watch that game as it concludes, it was the dude, you're the next generation. Here's the torch. Run with it, buddy. And everybody on that court had mad respect for Kobe Bryant.
Yep. Exactly.
That was my number 4.
No, I was gonna say, wrong pipe. Was on that. Like that's Jordan said. From that moment, he had such respect for him. He's like, I didn't see a kid who backed down, who was like, oh, I'm just gonna, or playing around too much. He saw straight determination and confidence.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So round number 4, right?
Yep.
Where did that go? That was.
Thanks, Matt Dedulis. Thanks for stopping in, man. I appreciate your follows. Appreciate your support, man.
Sorry. Okay, back to the game. So my number 4 is back in 2001, when you actually, in the All-Star game itself, Coming back from a 21-point deficit, the East end up beating the West 111-110, marking, I believe, only the second time that has ever happened in the All-Star history.
Yep.
And that right there was a very competitive game.
Yeah.
Everybody showed out, but Allen Iverson just went crazy in that game.
Oh, they did.
That was my dog back in the day. Like that during that era, Allen Iverson was like my dog. Like just the way, like everything that he did. Like when the Pistons went and traded for him, I was like, yeah. And then I was like, oh shoot, we had to get rid of Chauncey Billups. Boo.
Mm-hmm.
That was almost made my list. It almost made my list. Just because of Allen Iverson.
Guy's great, man. But that was definitely my number 4 right there. I was like, it was up there because I felt like it was such a special moment. Like it showed one of the last times we saw that very hard playing game, aggressiveness in an All-Star game.
Yeah. Practice.
My number 4, same weekend as my number 5. It is the 92 All-Star game. It is Magic Johnson at the end of the game hitting 3 consecutive threes. 1 over Jordan, 1 and 2 over Isaiah. And the last one was just it was a prayer. And he made it. Nothing but the bottom of the net. And he turned around with that big golden smile Magic always had. And you couldn't help but think, okay, this is the last time we're going to see him. Yeah. And obviously he went on and played in the Olympics, and they won gold that year with the Dream Team. Yeah. But the 92 All-Star game, Magic winning the MVP, again with that big smile on his face. He wanted to come back and show everyone that he still had it, and he was ready for the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why that comes in at my number 4.
Yeah. So I had to pick my number 3, 2, and 1. It's going to be from the same All-Star game. I felt that this All-Star game was probably the best All-Star game of history, if I'm being honest. It had people that, as a Detroit Pistons fan, hated. 3 people that I'm going to talk about in the next three things. I hated Larry Bird. Mad respect for the guy, shooter, whatever, baller. He could ball. For a white boy, dude could ball like a son of a gun, right? Nobody liked him if we were Detroit Pistons. You hated him.
Yeah.
But he can shoot. And you guys mentioned this part, right, earlier on as your number's higher than that. I have to, without a shadow of a doubt, give him number 3 for that 3-point just obliteration. I mean, he just killed it. And he asked that question: who's going to come in second? Because don't worry about it, I got it. I got number 1. You can, and then baller with his jacket on. What the heck, dude? That's something that was amazing. That I'll never forget that.
Nope.
I'll never ever forget that. That's when they
with
had
them short, with them shorty booty shorts.
Everything, shorty booty shorts, right? No, but he has to be in the top 3. That performance, that All-Star game, and you all know what my number 2 and number 1 are. So because it's just to me, that was NBA All-Star.
That was good. And so I just wanted to throw it out there, Matt. I do have to correct myself. And I did not want to mention LeBron, but he actually wasn't the last one to be drafted out of high school. Pistons did it in 2005. Amir Johnson.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
But
right. We took that idiot. I forgot.
yeah. Well, actually, number three is I kind of had two of them, if that's all right. I just because I felt like they entwined with each other. It was 2012 and 2013. 2012, everybody waited for the moment, the challenge. Kobe challenged LeBron, smacks the floor, and he says, "Let's go." LeBron passes the ball, refused to go against Kobe one on one. And Kobe just showed, like, I think that was the beginning of showing, like, this guy doesn't have the heart. He plays good. No one's doubting that, but he doesn't have the heart. And following year, 2013, Kobe showed it when LeBron actually tried shooting and Kobe blocked him. Played such tight defense on him, not allowing him to do anything. That year right there was, to me, the last actual real competitive year in the All-Star game because he played such phenomenal defense. Actually, the whole West did, and they shut him down.
My number, what were three or four? The three?
Three.
My number three is it kills me to throw these guys at three. No, I just because I'm doing mental somersaults here. I'm moving them down one, and I'm inserting a wild card that I really wanted to include. At number three, there was a guy. There's only been two people that have won the slam dunk contest back to back. Michael did it, 88 and 89, or 87, 88. Fast forward to 93 and 94. No, wait. I'm sorry. He didn't win it back to back. My bad. He won it twice. Won in 93 and then in 95. This little dude by the name of Harold Miner.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Miner is finer. Yeah. He put on an absolute clinic, and he was so humble about it. He brought the slam dunk contest back from the dead because we had guys having to put blindfolds on. And then Harold Miner resurrected it, and he was a shorter dude too, right? He was just, and he didn't, and his hands, like, he couldn't palm the ball, but he was still doing all these insane Jordan-esque dunks. That's good enough for my number three. It's just a moment that stood out. He did the rock the cradle. Yep. Like, he did the around, like, who does that? Jordan did that. They called him Baby Jordan for a reason, right? So, Harold Miner is my number three. I understand that most of mine are slam dunk, but that to me was All-Star Weekend.
Well, we all love the slam dunk contest, man.
Well, my number two, you're right, Rico, man. When I got super excited, when wasn't the slam dunk on Friday at one point, or was it always Saturday?
Saturday. As far as I can remember, it's always been Saturday.
All right, so we all got excited when we've seen the commercials or seen it back in the 80s and 90s. And I loved it because it was so advertised and such like that. So I'm going to flip my number one and number two because I think number one needs to be just given to the guy that's number one. Number two, though, was 1988. I'm sure this is where Matt was going to go with number three. You do not, absolutely do not have NBA dunk contest without the verses, right? We have Michael Jordan versus Dominic Wilkins. That is what everybody talks about.
Yep.
Dominic in his Atlanta Hawks jersey doing that double clutch, boom, whatever, fucking crazy. Jordan's from the free throw line, nailing it. Jordan doing stuff that you're like, huh? And to see Dominic Wilkins' face going, what was that? And then Dominic comes out and does something. You go, oh my God, what was that?
His windmill was insane.
Yes.
Yes.
And to just edge out Wilkins at that last dunk to win 147 to 145. That dunk contest will go down in history as probably the best dunk contest in NBA history. Oh. That's why I put it at number two. Now, I'll explain my number one when I get there, because I just think that number two, if there's two guys, that's number two. They put on a hell of a show.
Yes, they did.
Never forget it. I'll never forget that. And I hated Michael Jordan and I hated Dominic Wilkins, but they were so fun to watch.
Yep. Oh man, that's very good. Number two.
What you got for two?
Number two for me is I had to go. Just for me, it just stood out so well, and I loved it so much. Was back in the year 2000, Vince Carter. That was so like he made you feel the dunk contest again. Like there wasn't a dunk he did that no one sat there and said, "Oh, that's mid. Oh, that's blah." Whatever the kids say nowadays. But it's everything he did. I was like, "What? What?
That
this
360,
guy's insane."
The 360 windmill.
Reverse 360 windmill to this day is the nastiest dunk I've ever seen.
Now, I will say one that I seen that was not as nasty, but I'd say very close to it was Aaron Gordon. I'm trying to remember what was that 2016 when he did that. He jumped up and he went behind the back underneath his legs and boom. Ooh, that was so nasty. That is the closest I think that comes to Vince's. But for me, my number two, Vince Carter 2000, hands down, one of the best dunkers, one of the best.
My number two from 1988, it's the duel. There's no content, and again, you gotta look back also in that dunk contest. You had Clyde the Glide Drexler.
Yeah.
You had Greg Anderson, who was an absolute animal when it came to the slam dunk, like just dunking the ball. And you had Dominique, you had Michael, and you had Michael doing Kiss the Rim. You had him taking off, and if you watch it back, and Michael starts walking to the other end with the ball in hand, and every now and then, like he'll dribble it down, then every now and then do that little palm thing, or like palm of the basketball, like waving it around thing as he's walking, and he's just kind of preparing himself for what's going to happen. And if you watch the video, and he takes off down the floor on his run down the floor, Dominique stands up and goes, "We're ready for takeoff." Like gives them the thumbs up. We're ready for takeoff. And again, 88 will go down as the best overall slam dunk contest between two people. There's nothing that touched it then, and there's nothing that touched it like just the contest. There's been some dunks that were better, and that's going to be at number one for me. But that contest as a whole was my number two.
Yep. Loved it, man. Loved it.
So I had an honorable mention. It was the Vince Carter 2000 dunk contest, Air Canada. Carter's performance. It was 360 windmill. So I respect that number two for you, Rico. That was my honorable mention. As much as I dog on this guy, as much as I say I can't stand him, and it's all because I'm a Pistons fan. Nothing more, nothing less. It's not that I discredit what this guy has done for the business of the NBA. No one can deny that Michael Jordan has to be up there in the conversation of best in the world. Nobody can argue that.
Nope.
Nobody can. I mean, I tried to argue that. I don't win. So as you grow older, you realize, looking back at the game when you were watching as a kid, you realize he was the GOAT. Dude, hands down, what he went through, high school, getting cut as a freshman, getting cut as a sophomore. I think he played his JV team season. He played his varsity season. Went to North Carolina, won a championship, I think, didn't he? I think he won a championship.
Yep.
His freshman year.
And you fast forward to 88. Not only did he sweep the dunk contest in dramatic form, because that was a dramatic dunk contest, he goes out the next night with his peers and scores 40 points on them to earn game MVP. Michael Jordan, till the end of time, will be probably the number one best basketball player in the world. And I said that. That's hard for me to say because it took me a while to be able to say that. But let's face it, right? Let's face it. He is one of the best. So my hat goes out to him. I had to put him at number one. Myself as a Pistons fan wanted to put him up at number 9 and 8. But let's be real. When we're talking about All-Star games, you cannot deny that 1988 All-Star Weekend was the best. And that'll just be my opinion. 1988 All-Star Weekend, best in the world. Nobody's going to touch that. And then he finishes off with a 40-point game, MVP. That's my pick.
Yep, and man, as a Pistons fan, and my brother George used to always give me crap because diehard Pistons fan, but Jordan was my favorite player. The only time I rooted against them is when the Pistons were playing the Bulls. Like, nope, you're not beating my Pistons, man. But hate him or love him, facts are facts. The guy's great. And so to follow up with yours, man, 88 dunk contest was my number one. Yeah. Because, I mean, just the competitive, that was the revenge for him going against the human highlight reel. And like that free throw line dunk, there's guys to this day that still try to redo that in slam dunk contests. Like that dunk will forever go on as one of the best. And correct me if I'm wrong, Matt, you're a stats guy. I believe Zach Levine actually did do it back in 2016 or 17, one of those 2 years. But yeah, it's just one of those dunks that, just to recreate and do it again, it will forever go down as that battle, one of the best battles in a dunk competition ever. Hands down, no one's touching it. And that dunk alone, one of the best, hands down. So that was same number one right there, man. Just that competitiveness between those two. And there was other greats in that contest, but you focus on those two because of how good they were.
100%.
My number one, Vinsanity. The absolute performance he put on. Like, if he showed up in 1988, and this is a bold statement, don't come at me for saying this. I think he would have beaten both of those guys with the dunks he did that night.
Oh, with the dunks he did? Oh, I'll agree
His
with that one
elbow
right
being
there.
inside the rim, that's stupid.
Because you
The
never
reverse
saw that before.
360, the reverse 360 windmill. He threw it up, went between his legs on the bounce.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
Raptors, right?
And what's Tracy McGrady threw that.
Yep.
And what's insane about Vince Carter is he was doing those kind of dunks in games, like that Olympic dunk. If you want a fun video, then that Olympic dunk he had, he did the Jordan over a whole team. It's stupid.
He did teabagging before it was big.
Like it ranks right up there with Earl Campbell running out of his jersey when he played for the Houston Oilers. It's that kind of stuff. It's legendary. And like the reverse 360 windmill and the elbow in the rim, the going between the legs off the bounce. And I want to say the next night he was in the All-Star game as well. And he's the one that threw the ball up to himself off, like in traffic, and brought it back from here and stuffed it. I'm like, okay. I see you.
Is this the one you're talking about in the Olympics?
Oh man, the nasty one. I call it the nasty one because it was just so great.
That one?
Yeah.
I mean, look how high he got over my guy, man. Like, wow.
We all had great lists. I loved, like, thinking back about where people, like, just where we were when these moments happened, right? Like, it's always fun to, like, go back and look at those. Like I said, I wish I could have fit Sean Kemp somewhere in the list. You know what I mean? Like, Sean Kemp, one of the greatest dunkers of all time. That guys like Seth Curry, who won a ton of 3-point contests, just it's just not the same anymore. You know what I mean? Like, to me, take me back to the 90s, the 80s and the 90s for the All-Star weekend, and I'll be happy. I'll be just happier than a pig in poop. You know what I mean? Like, just give me that.
Yep. Is it just me, though? Is it me, Matt and Rico, that I think Matt and I were talking on the phone about this. I think Rico mentioned it. I think we start playing the game for real on All-Star Weekend, say 2006. I can't remember what Rico threw a date out there. I want
to say 6 or 7 around, because it was like right when the Pistons won the championship in 04, then 05, you had it was still competitive, and it was around 6 or 7 when it really started dying out. But like I said, that 2012 and 13, that was the last time I saw really competitive game, and that was because of Kobe being Bryant. Like that.
I just think it was the game. The game in itself has changed a lot. You know, maybe that's why I don't enjoy it anymore, because it's not fun. It's dumb. You know what I'm saying? So every year, though, I try to watch the All-Star game. I try to watch the All-Star Saturday. I try. Maybe this year that'll be something different.
Well, like, do you guys agree with this? Like, I put Vince and Charles Barkley in the same category I do as Dan Marino. Greatness that never got the title. Like those two
Yeah,
guys, like just
I love Chuck. I
oh
love Chuck.
oh
Chuck was like one of my favorite players. The round mound of rebound.
Yeah.
I remember watching the '92 Olympics. Like they had the Michael and Chuck were like really good friends. Like, and there's a clip that I saw from like it was one of the Michael Jordan DVDs that I have, and it's Mike and Chuck walking down the hallway, and Chuck's drinking like out of those glass. Remember how they had those glass bottles of Gatorade?
mm-hmm.
He was drinking a like a Gatorade and walking down the hall with Michael, and Chuck goes, "Sometimes I dream that he is me. I just want to be like Chuck. I mean Mike." I mean, like that was like I don't know, like it's just those moments that they're larger than life characters, and but they played hard and they showed you the right way to play basketball. It's not all this 1,000 dribbles between the legs and jack up threes. That's not basketball. To me, that's not basketball at all.
No, when you can I mean like the Euro step, I get it, but to me that's like you're almost like letting people travel right there just to kind of get an extra step in and try to do a move and like
Yeah,
and like you mentioned the threes, oh, those the old school wouldn't be able to handle the new school, because they're shooting from beyond the arc, almost a half court, and like that's not competitiveness, man. That's just, oh look, I can shoot from over here. No, man.
well,
Like back in the day, you didn't shoot a lot of threes because you went in and you worked for your points. You earned every point.
I actually had a discussion because like I mentioned before, I work at a facility at the CMU football facility, and in the equipment room, we've had a couple youngins who argue that today's game is better than the game that we grew up with, and they brought up the whole, well, we can shoot from over here. I said, well, that's cool, but are you gonna even be able to get it to the half court, because we're gonna press you and like make you work to even get to the half court mark. Like like once the team figures out, oh shit, he's gonna shoot the ball like almost right after half court, guess what? They're gonna pick you up full court and they're gonna press you. Like you look at the prime Bulls, the prime Pistons, the prime Celtics, the prime Lakers. They are going to press you for 4 quarters. They're going to be in your face from the moment the ball is inbounded to the moment the probably the shot clock will go off or the 10-second violation will happen, because these young guys, they can't, I don't think they can handle the pressure that these, because they played tough physical pressure for basketball.
Exactly. Like you can't, like nowadays you can't. What, hand checking? It's like you can't even get
I
within
hate
a
that
foot
rule.
of somebody. Yeah,
I hate
you
that.
can't even get it within a foot of somebody, and it's before, like you said, you used to be able to press them full court, physical, and I mean physical. Look how many times I watched Jordan, other players get clothesline going up for a layup.
Yep.
Like it was brutal, but that was the game. Now it turned into, oh, he hit my arm. Oh, are you gonna call something, ref? Like, and the guy, 2 fingers barely touched his arm. Like, come on,
Or
man.
you guys, or we have guys like LeBron, who is completely healthy and not dressing, and not dressing. The Lakers played San Antonio last night? I think it was last night.
I was gonna watch him. I didn't. Did he play? He didn't play.
He didn't play. He didn't even dress.
No
You know,
reason.
and
Because
that's the thing that I think a couple years ago they had that big issue with. Fans started getting pissed Because
This is
let's
the
face
fourth
it.
game he's missed. This is the fourth game he's missed this season.
I mean,
He's been a healthy scratch 4 times.
Yeah. If you're the Pistons, let's per se, and the Lakers come to town, your tickets prices just went up because you want to see LeBron James.
Mm-hmm.
Now people are paying $200 a seat, and then that jackass comes on and doesn't show up. He comes there dressed, doesn't dress, and sits on the sideline. What's the point? That stuff irks me just as much as college football players not playing in the bowl game because it means nothing to them.
Or you have a guy like Trinidad Chambliss, who was just granted his 6th year. He's gonna be 25 years old playing with 18, 19, and 20-year-olds. Because he's too scared to go to the NFL.
Is that the kid from Ole Miss?
Yeah.
So he got it. They granted him his 6th year.
Sure did.
But there was talk that they weren't going to do that.
Oh no, there's the lawsuit in Mississippi. They said, yeah, we're good. We're gonna let him play.
Man, I remember. I mean, you guys remember this too. When Jordan had the flu and played a great game, Kobe tore his Achilles and still refused to get off the floor until he made his free throws. Tough to walk out there himself.
What about Isaiah Thomas with a sprained ankle?
Yeah.
Coming back and draining it all and winning that. Yeah.
And you have LeBron, who I correct me if I'm wrong, but I've heard a couple times where he had a bruised toe, so he couldn't play.
Right.
No, that wasn't a bruised toe. That was it was that time of month.
It has become a joke. I have always loved basketball. It has always been my number one sport, but it's been very hard to watch over the past couple of years. It really has been. I try so hard because I love it.
I think college basketball is the only thing that I'll actually sit down and watch. Shout out, by the way, to a MAC school. Miami Redhawks are the only team left standing that are still undefeated.
Really?
They are 24-0.
Really? College basketball, man, it can be very interesting and competitive, man. The guys are hungry. They're working for something. They're working for a goal. Like NBA, some of the guys are like, nah, I'm here. Give me my money. Oh, I'm not getting money. I'm not playing.
Well, we're sitting at an hour and 13. My projected, we can talk about this on here real quick. Next week's show, since we're in the Olympic era, or in the Winter Olympics time, I'm proposing that we come back next Friday night and give our top 10 Winter Olympic moments of all time.
Okay. Now, have you? Because I haven't watched in a day or two. How far behind in medals are we now?
I don't have that.
I got so mad when I saw where I was like, "Wow."
We do have something going on. We can talk about this next week. You can read on it. It's called Crotchgate. Wienergate. Peanutsgate, whatever you want to call it. A quick little rundown of this. Allegedly, there was a team, one of the the ski jumpers, those alpine ski jumpers, the guys that like they kind of spread their legs a little bit and then they kind of like that.
Yeah.
Well, allegedly, before or when they were getting ready to fit themselves for their uniform, their tight shit that they wear, they injected their junk with the lip filler or the butt filler that women use to make their junk bigger. So when they got fitted for their suit, mind you, this happened a year and a half prior to the Olympics. When they got fitted for the suit, it would have extra in there. So when they get to the Olympics, they put it on. They don't have that extra. It's looser on them, and they're able to get that extra drag, and that gets them higher, and that lets them go longer. That's the
Get
thing.
the filler out of here.
This year, it's called Penis Gate. Rico, believe me, I wish I was making this up. The WWE couldn't even write this stuff, right? Like this is stupid. It's called just Google Crotchgate, and you'll be able to read all about it.
Oh, I'm going.
Oh yeah, it's true. It's true. I just looked it up. It's true.
Oh jeez,
I don't believe it, but it's
I guess the stuff just doesn't amaze me anymore, man. It's like shocking, but still, it's like
Medal Tracker. We have total 14. Norway has 18, and Italy has 18. We have 4 golds. Italy has 6. Norway has 8. We have 7 silvers. Italy has 3. Norway has 3. We have 3 bronze. Italy has 9, and Norway has 7.
You know we're going to win gold with women's hockey. Ain't no one touching us in that. There's
one gold in curling. Man, we're blowing everybody out in curling.
I remember when you were a curler.
I did curl. So, anyway.
So next week, ladies and gentlemen, we will be talking about the top 10 Winter Olympic moments of all time, according to us. So if you enjoy 3 guys reminiscing about old times, about what we enjoyed watching, what we grew up watching, tune in next week, and every Friday at 9:00 Eastern Standard Time, 8 Central. This is, like I said, I look forward to this show all week. I get pumped up. It's never crossed my mind, and well, this is only the second show we've done it, but it has never crossed my mind in these 2 weeks, man. I don't feel like doing this show, and I don't think we're gonna hit that at all. I think this is gonna be the show. It's gonna be the flagship show where we don't miss. It's a can't miss, slam dunk. It's the Vince Carter, if you will. I'm
gonna make a prediction, not a spoiler, but a prediction. If we don't have the same number 1 moment in Olympic history, there's something wrong.
It's Winter Olympic history.
And if we don't have the same moment in Winter Olympic history as our number 1, who the hell are we? I'm just saying.
As Americans, it should be.
As Americans, it should be.
I mean, I can tell you right off the bat, it's going to be